Lord, for your presence, we give you thanks. We just ask for your blessings upon us and give us much wisdom to conduct the business of the people of Calhoun County in a manner that is pleasing to you and beneficial to them. We pray in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, we have a motion for approval of the agenda.
So moved. Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, aye. Opposed, likewise, ayes have it. Any public comment? No public comments on the agenda. I have one public comment on other matters with Amy Hill.
Thank you all for letting us speak. I know this is kind of new, a new process, but we do appreciate it, so thank you. I did receive confirmation today that a long-term lease was signed by the county administrator. It's not his fault. I'm not blaming him. Which committed operating grant and the CPST referendum funds to a very long-term lease without a formal council vote. I looked very, very hard to find that a vote occurred and couldn't find one, and asked for John's assistance, and he was able to answer that, so thank you, John. The email that I did receive confirmed this, and it came with assurances that everyone on council was okay with it. And I quote, "All of council and the rec committee, made it the chairman and vice chairman of council, have discussed the details and have no opposition with the lease or allowing the administrator to sign the lease." And again, I'm not blaming you, John. I certainly can understand and hope that this was an oversight. I hope so, because, gentlemen, process matters. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hill. Normally, I don't answer public comment, but I will answer this. Yes, that was an oversight, and we appreciate you finding that out. We just have to be more careful in the future, and we appreciate you
Thank you.
bringing that out.
Thank you. That's wonderful. Thank you.
Approval, public hearing. Approval of the minutes for November 14th, 2022. You have a motion.
So moved.
Second. Properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, aye. Opposed, likewise, ayes have it. Committee reports, Richard, you said you had something?
I do. The Rural Fire District Subcommittee meeting, we met on November 17th to review information related to the purchase of a fire tanker truck for the rural district in fiscal year 2019. Based on documentation presented by the Finance Office, the following is a summary of what was found. County Council authorized the budget and purchase of a fire tanker truck in fiscal year 2019 in Fund 130. The truck was ordered, but was not received until August 2019, after the end of the year, fiscal year 2019. The transaction was initially recorded in fiscal year 2019, but during the annual audit, the expenditure was moved out of fiscal year 2019 into fiscal year 2020 by the auditors. The money was not rebudgeted in fiscal year 2020, so the truck was paid from the Rural Fire District Fund 130. I propose that council budget in the next budget year, are moved within this year fund balances as available, $197,000 to the appropriate Rural Fire District Fund. So I make a motion that over a period of this coming budget, or we have budget money available now, that we put back in $197,000 in the appropriate fund.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any further discussion?
And what was the 197 again?
That was the money that was taken from the rural fire district to pay for the truck.
That specific number.
That was the money. Yep.
If that's been verified.
Yep.
Okay.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Likewise, ayes. Thank you, Richard, for that report. Any more committee reports? Any appointments?
able to make it.
The other appearances we have is the Calhoun County Recreation Soccer Farm Recognition.
Yep, and our director, Mr. Zach, will
Team.
introduce them.
Thank you, council, for allowing us to be here tonight. So we got some members of our 10 and under all-star soccer team in the audience tonight. So we just want to recognize them. There are a few that's not here, but we'll recognize everyone. And the guys, girls, if y'all want to come up, coaches, if y'all want to come up when I call everybody's name. And the parents, if y'all want to take a quick photo, we can do that as well. So these kids participated in the All-Star Tournament Saturday, November 19th.
Yep, y'all come on up here.
Come on up, guys. They were the first runner-up, in the Central District for the 10 and under age group. So there's about 14 kids on the team. Like I said, some of them can't be here tonight. But Mr. Ivan Azamar, Micah Brinson, Philip Bryan, Ahmad Felder, Lillian Keating, Walker Lanham, Aslan Miller, Ivan Nunez, Justin Nunez, Jade Sanchez, Mateus Seriano, Christopher Tamayo, Jason Tamayo, and Zachary Williams. The coaches we have here are volunteer coaches, head coach Mr. Caesar Tamayo, assisted by Tanya Danster, and also Mr. Randy Hughes. So we want to give them a round of applause and recognize them. We look forward to next season with some of these kids moving up to our next age group, and we continue participating in soccer and participating in All-Stars moving forward. Parents, y'all want to take a quick photo? I do want to take a quick one as well. Parents, y'all want to come up? Smile, guys, real quick. Thank you again, guys, for allowing us to be here tonight.
Just got one question for you now. Is the proper name for the game, is it soccer or football?
Well, I guess it depends on where you're from. Around here, I guess we say soccer.
I guess it's soccer right here.
Other countries, they do say football, so we'll go with that.
There you go.
We're just excited that they were able to participate and have a good time. I believe they all had a good time. Congratulations, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Like I just want to thank you all what you do with that recreation program. You know, this is what I wanted to see. Kids enjoy themselves and staying out of trouble. I think they'll stay out of trouble if they get you.
Yes, sir.
So we appreciate that.
Yes, sir. In closing, we do want to say that speaking of recreation moving forward, we do have youth basketball registration going on right now for kids ages 4 to 14. So if anyone in the community is interested in that, they can go online or they can come by our office at John Ford and we can get them registered up for basketball. Hopefully we can have some all-star team in here for basketball as well. So thank you, guys. Thank you.
Okay, nothing under the resolutions. Any old business, John? Any new business? Under ordinances? We have second reading of ordinance 2022-23. An ordinance amending the building codes and regulations. Richard County elaborated on that a little bit at the last meeting. I think it's kind of something that we gotta do every year, so every 3 years, I thought he said.
That's correct.
Yes, sir.
So just an update of what we're doing there.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we give second reading to 2022-23.
And second,
Second.
any further discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, likewise. We have first reading on ordinance 2022-24. An ordinance amending chapter 42 land development regulations, the county of Calhoun County Code of Ordinances. Y'all give me a little briefing on that, what we did.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair. So this ordinance is amending chapter 42, the land development regulations for Calhoun County. This is really an update to bring the code up to today's current standards. You should have a summary in your packet of those regulations. 2 items of note. One is reducing the size of subdivision lot that requires, a subdivision that requires curb and gutter. So the rolled gutter up on the side of the roads that you see in, really nice subdivisions. Change it, initially we had that as 1 acre lots. In today's world, it's just not really feasible from a developer standpoint. So the more common size is a 3rd acre lot, based on the recommendations of John Gardner, who's been our planning consultant on this. So that was what the planning commission approved. And then also there is another key is, so subdividing a piece of property into 6 lots or less is an administrative approval, doesn't require a planning commission approval. With John Gardner's review on that, it went from anywhere from 5 lots all the way up to 50 lots with an administrative approval, but we found the most common across the state is about 6 lots, so that's what was presented to the planning commission. Beyond that, most of what you'll see is updating regulations to meet DOT guidelines. Instead of taking DOT's guidelines, copying and pasting them into ours, we just reference that guideline. Same thing with DHEC. In those agencies, we just reference their regulations instead of copying and pasting it into ours. Yes, sir.
Question, and I asked you a question earlier, I should ask this one here. The 40-foot requirement, or if a lot does not have a 40-foot front on it, then what did it say it has to be done?
So that's to prevent flag lots. So in the past, and it creates a problem for EMS and other public safety services, you would have a piece of property and somebody would cut out a 10 or 15 foot driveway and then cut a piece in the back. And basically it creates, it looks like a flag. And flag lots by county zoning regulations are prohibited. And so in order to do that, that's another case of making the land development regulations line up with the zoning ordinance.
Right.
So the land development regulations didn't cover it, but the zoning ordinance did. So we got a requirement in there that you have to have at least a 40-foot road to get into that property so it's not considered a flag lot.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we give first reading to 2022-24.
Have a second.
Second.
Probably moving second that we give first reading on ordinance 2022-24. Any further discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, likewise, the ayes have it. Ordinance 2022-25, first reading, an ordinance to change the zoning destination of TMS number 421-00-00-011 from rural neighborhood community commercial industrial to community commercial and industrial. Which do?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair. So you're probably familiar with this. It's formerly being called Sandy Run Crossing, the residential development that was proposed a couple times. This is a request to remove the residential zoning out of the parcel altogether and extend the community commercial from the front of the property back to the wetlands area, and then the area behind the wetlands to be designated as industrial. Planning Commission met. We had a few people come out and voice their concerns about it, signed up to ask questions about it. After review by the staff and presentation to the Planning Commission, the 5 members that were present voted unanimously to recommend that it be approved.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we give first reading to 2022-25.
Second.
Probably moving second that we give first reading to ordinance 2022-25. Any further discussion?
No, sir.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, likewise. John, you have anything?
Yes, sir. I've got 2 things here. First, I'd like to thank the lady sitting beside me here, Ms. Shayla Jenkins, for her 12 years of service as director of voter registration. She's done a good job from beginning to end. There was a lot of times there was not a whole lot of guidance. And now we're fortunate that she's been in the position long enough to where she can teach how it needs to be done and carry that on. So she's not leaving us, certainly. She'll still be our clerk, but want to thank her for her years of service with the voter registration, and also just to let you know that we had our first constituency advisory committee meeting for MUSC of Orangeburg and Calhoun County. This will be a quarterly meeting, and this will be a meeting or committee set up to hear questions, concerns from both Orangeburg and Calhoun County residents. We haven't set up the public portion of it. We just had our first meeting to start that process, but you'll hear more from us as we proceed on. And that's it for me, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman, could I ask a question at this point? We, during the, and I'm going back to, number 5, the public comments that Ms. Hill made, we made a mistake at your, is there anything that we need to do to correct that mistake as far as?
We probably need to approve it. Like, do we need to, I mean, I know it's past due, but we probably need to get a motion to approve.
It would be nice for you to approve at the next meeting. At our next meeting. Yeah.
Okay, because like I say, we don't operate on mistakes. We
That's correct.
fix our mistakes.
You all knew about it, and the administrator had the right to sign the lease, but to make it look good, I think we need to move forward on the 12th and have it signed.
We need to fix it.
Yeah.
Put it on the agenda.
And I think, I just wanna say, I think that's part of the reason we started this public comments, is because we wanna hear from the public. And we do make errors like everybody else. I mean, everybody makes mistakes, and we'd like to correct that. But I want to thank Ms. Hill for keeping that mistake. What I'd like to do right now, just take a minute to thank the electors of Calhoun County for giving me another term. My phone's listed, my cell's listed down here. Your problems, I'm not gonna be a councilman for District 5, I'm gonna be a councilman for the entire county, like always tried to be. If somebody has some problems, let us know. I can't help you if I don't know you got the problem. But if you got problems, and problems do arise, please let me know. And again, I just want to say thank you for trusting me for another 4 years in the county. Thank you. We don't have anything for executive session.
No, sir.
Again, I want to reach out to Zach and tell him what a good job you all are doing. Recreation was something I always wanted to do in this county, and I've been on council a long time, 32 years. And we finally get this thing going. My kids, my grandkids are almost grown now, so not to get it, and then they're not here, it's not gonna be enough for them, but I love all kids, I do love kids, and I love the seniors, so as much as I can do to help them and help the seniors, let me know. But again, thank y'all for the job you done. With that, I don't have anything else that.
Chairman, I move that we adjourn.
Properly moving second, that we adjourn. Any further discussion?